went to Hollywood to find out the facts. He was so wound up that he couldn't relax.
Welcome to HK Live. Tonight we have a special treat for you. We have the former lead singer, guitarist of Australian band Regurgitator, now gone solo. We have Quan in the studio. Hi Quan, could you introduce yourself and your lovely lady friend?
My lovely lady friend. I'm Quan and this is Katerina.
Hi, I'm Katerina.
And we play together in my band.
Okay, can you tell me a little bit more about your history as a musician and your transition from playing in Regurgitator to now doing a solo act?
Sure. Well, first of all, we haven't really finished. The band is still going. We're basically having a midlife crisis at the moment.
Okay.
As bands do. We've been together for about 16 years. We were quite popular in the mid-90s in Australia, mid to late 90s. Like one of the bigger bands in Australia at the time. And I moved to Hong Kong, I think, in about 2005. And I've just been hanging out here, doing whatnot, just recording music and stuff like that. And I finished recording my first solo record here after about 3 years of, mucking around with it.
Yeah.
And was looking to do some live shows in the area, like particularly Asia. And I needed a drummer to play the stuff live, to translate it live. And found this person in Census 99 just jamming, and so I just called her up and said, oh look, I've got some shows, you haven't heard of me or anything like that, but
you might not like my music.
yeah, you might not like my music, you probably haven't heard of the Big Day Out, which is the big Australian festival that happens every year, and but I asked her to come over and see if she wanted to try out. She played really well. I thought she could do it straight away, and so we just went over. This is the first time she's ever played festival kind of touring and stuff like that, so it was a big kind of thing.
And you had your first show at the Fringe Club, and that was in January of this year. How'd that go?
It was really fun.
Yeah, it was really cool.
That was one of the funnest ones we played, actually. It sounded dreadful, but it was fun.
What do you think of the venue?
The venue is cool. Like, I really like the vibe in there.
Yeah. And you guys come on stage with gigantic shoes on your head. What's the deal with that?
Well, we used to. I don't know why I decided to do that.
And sometimes you sing with the sneaker on your head. How does that feel?
That's kind of nice, actually, because you get to just blot out everything, so you don't. It's a really good antidote to stage fright. Just stick one of those things on your head, you feel like you can do anything. Rob a bank or murder someone. Or get up on stage in front of people you don't know. And
you guys played with Prodigy for a few shows. How was that?
Yeah, that was pretty full on.
Full on.
Those guys are intense.
Yeah.
Their crowds are just the most full on in the world, pretty much. They're so insane.
Do you like playing in Hong Kong or in Australia? It seems like you're going back and forth between the two.
Yeah, it's really weird. We just came back from Australia. We did about 4 shows in 5 days. Just flew in out. She kind of has to. I has to ask her whether she can get time off work because she works in an architectural firm. So it's kind of like a little bit tricky sometimes. So I try and make the tours as condensed as possible. So we fly over there.
Yeah.
As soon as we get there, we play, and then we do like 5 nights in a row, and then fly back. Wow. But I really felt good playing. Like the last few shows have been like, it feels like it's building, which is really good. Like like new kids.
Isn't
getting
that
into it.
Stressful? Like playing so many shows in a row?
It's more tiring than stressful, isn't it?
But it's exciting at the same time. So it's like, of course, you're really tired after it. But I don't know, somehow you get so much energy from all the atmosphere and the vibe, so it's really cool.
But then playing in Hong Kong is also fun as well, because we have friends here, and the Hong Kong crowds are really kind of, they don't know what to expect, and they don't know whether they like it or not, so it's kind of fun. I like that as well.
How do you define your music?
Well, it's like rhyming verse over beats, really. That's what it is. It's hip-hop influence, but I don't have any of that kind of ghetto background or American background. I'm Australian, so I'm in between cultures in a weird way.
Yeah. So last year you released your debut album called The Amateur. Can you tell us some more about that?
The word amateur comes from the Latin or Italian word amare, which is to love. You do it for the lover, in other words. So the difference in my mind is the professional does it for the money, and an amateur does it for the love of it. And it's very weird when you've had a professional career for so long, like 15 years of making money doing what I love to do. It does distort things a lot. Industry does destroy art, no matter what anyone says to you. The more industrialized you get, the less artistic you are. And so to get back to your amateur roots is a really important thing for an artist who wants to continue. Some people can maintain that, but a lot of people just lose it.
And Have you got any music videos for some of the songs off the album?
Yeah, there's one called The One, the R&B thing. But I did that in Melbourne, actually, in Victoria, like filmed stuff in the snow, creeped around the house and dragged bodies around and stuff like that. It's a pretty creepy little video, but I did all the post-production for it as well. I'm a bit of a control freak, so I like to do everything.
I heard that it's based on a true story. What's the deal there?
Loosely based. Apart from the murder and the dragging the bodies and burying them and stuff like that, but it's based on a true a failed romance that I had. He said it's in the R&B vein, and R&B music can be really dull contextually. So I really wanted to flip it a little bit and put some more kind of drama and some more stuff that you wouldn't necessarily expect from an R&B song.
And what are your hopes and desires for Quan?
I just want to keep on playing. Kat and I were actually writing some music when we were in Australia last because we were completely deranged after no sleep and stuff, and she actually is a really good piano player, like not much better than I am, and so I've got this really epic ballad in mind that we'll probably record over the next few weeks or months or so. So
you're going to do some more collaboration between each other and work together on the next album?
Yeah, I think so. To see how it's go, yeah.
I just want to play.
Okay.
Yeah, she's really good, so.
And are you guys looking forward to HK Live?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Cool. What can we expect as the crowd? What can we expect from your performance?
Well, I guess the show's kind of being tweaked constantly because it's to backing tracks and stuff like that, and visuals as well. I don't think I've ever had visuals in I had it at Sammy's Kitchens, but it was kind of like really rudimentary, and so they've changed again, and I'll keep on redoing the visuals and redoing the music, so it constantly gets remixed and changed. But I'm trying to get it all onto an MPC so I can play with the crowd a bit more, but that could take me a little bit longer than I've got.
Do you have any last words that you'd like to tell the audience before they come to see your show?
Support Hong Kong live music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
Thank you for coming.
Excellent.
All right.
Yeah. Prince, white stuff, head to toe. Flesh for fantasy. Ready, steady, go.
She was asked about it.